Hey Leo, Mariah here. It's a pleasure to be reading for you as always. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're really well and you're fine. So I want to do a reading for my single Leos, my single as a Pringle Leos, to see what's going on in your love life, what's happening throughout the rest of March and going into the month of April. Since we're moving into mid-March, I want to include the next month as well. So let's take a look. Let's see who is coming your way. Okay, so let's get into it, Leo. Who is coming my Leo's way? Tell me what this connection will be all about. Who is coming Leo's way? So we have make the effort, codependency, unrequited love, and stay optimistic about your love life. Okay. I don't think this is unrequited love, but I do think you are dealing with somebody. Again, this is what's to come. I think you are dealing with somebody, Leo, here, where at least from their world perspective, when it comes to relationships, I think they're just fed up, to be honest. I think they're tired, to be honest. I think they're more in the state of flow of like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. At the end of the day, I don't really care anymore. Like it feels like your person has tried. They've tried, but there's a seesaw back and forth because I do believe they do want love and they do want somebody to be with. But it's like when they do get in relationships, they always have this undertone of codependency with that card being here. So it lets me know the type of people that they not only attracted, but they allow to stay in their lives. And this is somebody who, because they may have not used their discernment or they were not vetting people appropriately, maybe they were attracting people who were not intentional in with their dating with them, or maybe they were not always intentional with dating. Nonetheless, because this person's energy was not allowing them to meet people that could meet them where they were at, they ended up dealing with situations romantically that put them in a space where there was this undertone of maybe attracting clingy people, needy people, maybe desperate people. And I hope it's not in the reverse where this was your person and they were that in the dynamics in their relationships. I don't want to assume that, but I hope that's not the case. So I'm saying it the other way. But they may have attracted people who, even when the relationship got to the tough parts, that the partners that they were dealing with may have acted out in childish or inappropriate behaviors or in ways because they may have been dealing with broken people, people that were not healed. So through your person's experiences, it almost feels like I don't want to say they've given up on love because they still want to try. They still want to have love in their life. They still want to be able to experience love itself. But I think your person's perspective on love is skewed because they're making their reality of what they've dealt with actual reality, and that's not the case. So let's look a little bit further. Tell me more about who this person is that's coming towards Leo's way. We have the Chariot, could be a Cancer, Page of Cups, water energy here. Okay, so let's see, we got a lot. We have the Hanged Man in the reverse, Seven of Swords in the reverse, Five of Cups and the Ace of Cups, the Hermit in the reverse. And like I mentioned, we have the Chariot and the Page of Cups. Your person has nothing left to give. This person has nothing left to give, and I don't mean necessarily romantically, not in, like they don't have, like they're not going to come into a relationship put any effort in, but it's you, and I know some of you guys, especially if you've been in your singlehood for some time, I know some of you guys can attest to the feeling of like when you're just over it, like the dating isn't working, the dating apps isn't working, trying to have friends or family connect you with somebody and it don't go anywhere, people that you may meet out when you're trying to see, meet somebody, it never leads to anything, or even when you try, you may end up seeing that person's true colors, their representative fades away after some time, and it's just like, oh, you just get over you really get over the dating scene. You really get over trying to put yourself out there. You really get over trying to see what's out there, because in that big pond and that big sea, it's nothing but dead fish. And you're still trying to, fish for a fish that is still swimming and that's still alive, but you keep running into dead fish, right? That's this person. They're just tired. But that Ace of Cups is like that ace in the hole. It's like they got one last good relationship in them left, and then they calling it quits. That's what, honestly, it's like They're still trying to be open-minded of the opportunity to meeting somebody who is right for them, dedicated to them, somebody that they can have a really beautiful and emotionally fulfilling relationship, with them. But it's like they got one last relationship left before they say, you know what, I'm gonna just be single. I don't even care anymore. At least I can say I tried. At least I can say I put up the energy to give it an effort. But if the next one don't work, if the next one ain't my best one, I don't even want it. Let's see, how is this person going to feel about Leo? We got the Three of Swords coming out. Let's see. We got the Six of Wands in reverse, Four of Pentacles, Four of Cups in reverse. Yeah, this person's done with love. I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to count them completely out, but I know you guys know. Maybe not all of you, but somebody out there has to know this feeling of just being like, I done tried. I gave it my best shot. I don't have any more shots left to shoot. That's this Three of Swords and the Six of Wands in the reverse alongside with this Four of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. I mean, when we ask this person, how do they feel about you? I mean, they see you as somebody that could be a solid opportunity, that they would feel is worth giving to and trying to stick it out with and trying to actually put an effort, stick to their effort, try to stick to their words, stick to their dedication to see what can grow from this. But then on the flip side of it, it's like, all right, but how long before Leo hurts me? How long before this doesn't go anywhere? How long before this fails? And, at some point, this is somebody that's like, I don't want to say they're in their head, but I think they're soulless. This is somebody that has a tired spirit. Somebody that truly they've been searching and they've tried. I'll give them an A for effort. They've really tried to find it. And just nothing. Dead fish. Just constant dead fish. And even when it comes to you, though they find you as somebody who is valuable, that they're willing to dedicate their effort to and try and give it a chance, that glimmer of hope. But in the back of their mind is just like a countdown. All right, how long before you hurt me? Or how long before this falls apart? Or, how long into this and I start developing my emotions for Leo that this ends up coming apart and then I'm hurt again. What is this person's intentions with Leo? What is this person's intentions? We got the Star. Man, I feel for whoever this person is, man or woman. I feel for them. I get it. And it's like you go and try and you go out on these dates and, you're on the dating apps and not getting anything. And you're out in real life and you're not liking what you're seeing and just, like, oh man, poor baby. Ace of Wands in the reverse, Star, Ten of Cups in the reverse, and the Page of Swords. They're not getting their hopes up. And that's based upon their energy, I can understand this. They're not getting their hopes up, to be honest. They're not necessarily planning the marriage and the White House and the picket fence. This is not a fairy tale love reading for this person and for you. It's genuinely not. This is very reflective of real life. And a lot of the feelings most of us can feel when we're in the dating phase, and we've been in the dating phase for a long time, or we've been in the phase of trying and attempting with relationships and they collapse over and over. And I always look at it like this. If you're currently single, right? That means you're not married, you're not dealing with anybody. I'm not talking to the ones with the third party wonky situations. Y'all, no judgment, safe space here, but not those. But if you actually look at it, even if you learn from those relationships, even if you gain wisdom from it, even if you got a blessing like a child out of your prior relationships, all of those things are great. But what is your relationship success rate? It's 0%. If we're still in our single phase and nothing has panned out or played out and we're still back in the single phase, what was the success rate of that prior relationship? Whether it was at the fault of you, your person, or maybe both of you mutually. It didn't work. It ended up not being successful, even if you learned a lot, gained a lot from it, things that were very valuable to you. This is what this feels like from this person. Their success rate has been 0, even if they showed up and showed out and gave their best in their relationship. So when it comes to you, as far as their intentions, like I said, they're not planning the White House and picket fence and the dog and picking out kids' names and going to the large extent of being in their mind emotionally and getting wrapped up in viewing you as the one and all forever. This is somebody that's watching you. This is somebody that's going to observe you. This is somebody through action, through your effort, and through your energy you give them, through your behavior. How do you respond to certain things? How do you handle conflict? How is your communication skills, Leo? How do you come off to this person? And of course, I'm sure you're going to be looking at the same at when it comes to them. I'm just reading their energy at this moment. They're going to be recognizing this based upon all of the knowledge they have gained over the years from their prior relationships. And it's almost a compare and contrast dichotomy where through observing you and your behaviors, they're going to see, is Leo in alignment with me? Is Leo wanting the same thing? How Leo handles themselves in public? How does Leo carry themselves in private? How does Leo respond to certain things that I mentioned, or how, and it's not gameplay, because some people take it there. It's really not gameplay with this. I just think your person's really tired. So by them being tired, they're still keeping their mind on a state of hope that this can be something. I think that part of them that still wants love and wants to experience a healthy love for themselves is keeping hope that, okay, I hope all things go well. I hope things go well. This is like, we can hope, but we can't guarantee that it will. And that's why they're not going to the far extent of being in their emotions when it comes to their intentions towards you, but yet they're still holding on or wanting to hold on to continuing getting to know you and continuing to understand you and pull back your layers to see if you are that glimmer of hope in the sea and that fish that's still swimming when everything else that they've been trying to attempt a relationship with has failed. I want to see how you're going to feel about this person, Leo. Now looking at their energy. How will Leo feel about this person? Okay. So we have the Emperor in the reverse. We have the Knight of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, Three of Pentacles in the reverse, and the King of Wands. So this is some heavy energy here, not in a bad way. This can be either like an Aries or another fire sign, or they may have like a strong fire placement in their chart, whether it's Leo or Sagittarius. Or it could be water, like I mentioned earlier, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. It doesn't have to be, but I'm just highlighting that because I know some people has told me they like to know the signs. Three of Cups is on the bottom of the deck. Oops, I caught it up to you. So I think you two are going to have a good time with one another. I think you two are going to enjoy each other. Yes, this person feels defeated. That's the best way. And I think you're going to be able to relate to that. I think you're going to be able to relate to the fact that this person has been defeated in love. I think you're going to relate to the fact that this person has felt frustrated, is dealing with frustrations in love. And I do believe you're going to be able to understand why they may be moving at a certain pace when it comes to love. And I don't feel, even though the pace on their end is a little bit slow, it's not to the degree where you become questioning of, okay, well, are you even into me? Why aren't you putting in real effort? It's not that, because they're putting in the effort, and through their effort on a daily basis or a consistent basis, they're going to show you that they're interested in you, and they're going to be showing you that they want you. So that's not the concern here. I think though, you may, if you're not in this space where you're frustrated in love and you're in a space where you're ready to go, like, hey, you, me, let's run off to the sun. Like, you're ready to go with all that fire energy, that passionate energy I know you can have bubbling inside of you. This may frustrate you a little bit. Now, if you're in the same space as this person mentally or emotionally where you're just frustrated in love and you're just tired, like you're still, through your prayers or manifestations and just what you believe, you may feel like, okay, there is a person out there for me, or you may still have that glimmer of hope that the right person will cross your path one day. You're just not going to rush it or pressure it. Then you two will actually carry on really, really well because they're at that same speed. But if you're at a really great place, I think that may cause a little bit of frustration for you, Leo, where you may start to overthink certain actions or movements or behaviors from this person, or you may even feel to a certain degree that they're not giving as much as they can, and that's not the case. It's just that they're frustrated. And when you're frustrated, no, you're not going to come in rushing, guns a-blazing, saying, hey, let's run off to the sunset. You're going to take your time and be cautious because your heart has not been handled with care. And this person, whether they were in the wrong in past relationships, the other people were in the wrong in past relationships, or this person just did not know how to pick them. Because sometimes it just comes down to something as easy as that. They just didn't know how to pick them. Maybe they kept picking a certain type. Because with this Emperor and the King of Wands, that's those two combined is like a person, man or woman, that has a certain type. Like, I want a person that has this job or this occupation, makes this kind of money, or that has this kind of body, or looks like this in the face. And you know how people can get really picky with their type. That's the King of Wands and Emperor is a very picky person with their type. So even when it comes to you, I think you're going to understand that this person is picky, but I think that has also gotten them in trouble over the years because they kept going to a certain type and expecting a different outcome, but yet getting the same result. I do think this can be somebody that's either older than you, or if you are an older Leo, this could be somebody at the same age. But I think you're going to find them very attractive. I think you're going to find not necessarily their perspective on love, you know, because again, I do believe they're frustrated, but I think you're going to find their perspective on life, their knowledge, their wisdom, their beliefs, especially if this is somebody who is business oriented or career oriented or very ambitious. I think you're going to find that very sexy and very attractive, that they have aspirations, that they have goals, that they have certain motivations for themselves in life that they still want to achieve no matter what age that they're at. There's still things that they have this drive and fire for. I think that's going to be a turn on for you, just how passionate they are about things that matter the most to them, and their wisdom and their knowledge. But like I said, I think it may get you a little bit. If you're already in a space where you're ready to go and just like, let's get it, I think you might get a little frustrated. I want to pull back this energy a little bit more. I want to see how this plays out between you and this person going throughout the month of March and the month of April. So Leo, I am going to leave this here for now. Hopefully this has resonated for you, whether it's now, whether it's at the end of the month, whether it's next month in April. But into the meantime, if you do want to check out the extended, the link is in the description box below. This is where I leave you, Leo, if I can speak. I hope you have a great day, great evening, great night, and bye.